They have that attitude that it's them versus the citizens, when in fact it's not. You're supposed to be bridging the gap and building a rapport with the community. I'm supposed to feel safe to photograph you and video you in public. My rights are supposed to be protected in front of you.
But nobody takes those rights away from you. Well,
you see my work, then you should know.
That's right.
Yes, you are.
I'm being detained?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
For what? What crime?
You are being
reasonable, articulate suspicion of what crime?
Sir, don't talk to me.
Of what crime? Of what crime?
Know it all.
I know it all,
No.
sir. I know the laws.
Detained, so hang tight.
Sir, why am I being detained?
Subscribe to Know Your Rights before it's too late. In Houston, Texas, a peaceful afternoon turned into a high-stakes legal battle when officers demanded ID from a man just for holding a camera. These officers went too far, claiming suspicion is a crime and threatening an illegal detention that could cost them their badges. We're breaking down this encounter from the ID Refusal channel to show you exactly how to stand your ground. Will he fold under pressure, or will the law protect him? But here's the problem. What the sergeant says next changes everything. You won't believe how this ends.
I guess it might be police.
For what crime or violation?
Is that a non-alcoholic or alcoholic?
Investigate. You should investigate it before you make contact.
No, I can look at it and ask
Go ahead,
questions.
investigate.
And I see your stuff on YouTube all the time.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Greatness.
God bless you.
Yeah, you got some of them. You're pretty quick.
All
with
the
that
time.
stuff.
Because they forget to investigate. They run on power.
The encounter begins with a fundamental failure in police procedure. An officer attempts to initiate contact based on a guess, questioning whether a beverage is alcoholic, rather than establishing reasonable articulable suspicion, or RAS. Under the Fourth Amendment and New York's specific stop and frisk guidelines, an officer cannot legally detain or demand identification based on a mere hunch. The citizen correctly identifies this as a fishing expedition, reminding the officer that an investigation must precede the contact. This sets the legal stage. If there is no observed crime or specific violation, the citizen is under no obligation to comply with invasive questioning.
Ego.
But you know what though? You're slick there. You cover the label.
If you look, you'll see
Can I
it.
ask you on this question?
Go ahead.
Pays well?
What pays well?
YouTube, being a YouTuber like that.
I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to make better cops, to remind cops that they're held to a higher standard, and that they work for the public and that they should treat the public with respect. I record the biggest police force in the nation. NYPD has the most cops. We're the biggest city, and a lot of cops they join for the wrong reason, and you can tell. So I try to educate them, try to teach them on de-escalation, how to investigate properly. You ever thought of reaching out and doing a training or becoming one or something? It's hard. It's hard in this big city, you know. I mean, cops, bro. I don't want to be a cop. I don't believe in the culture. I won't last long.
Why not?
Well, we're technically we're all supposed to be on the same side, the side of the Constitution, the side of rights and freedom. But some, you know, like I try to give officers the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe you did join for the right reasons. Maybe you have integrity, and somehow along the way you lost your way a little bit. So I try to remind them why they signed up and that they work for the people. I understand it may be a dangerous job, but you know it's noble. You took the job noble. You know that you can get hurt, but there's a lot of cops that put police safety over public safety, and
The climax of the interaction isn't a physical struggle, but a psychological one, where the officer retreats into a respectful silence. The citizen reveals his background, 10 years clean from addiction, to explain why he fights so hard for his rights. This humanizes the auditor and puts the officer in a position where further aggression would be seen as morally bankrupt. Under U.S. law, a citizen's past or lifestyle does not diminish their civil liberties. The officers ultimately leave the scene without an arrest or ID, proving that when a citizen remains cordial but assertive, the police ego must eventually yield to the law of the land.
they have that attitude that it's them versus the citizens, when in fact it's not. You're supposed to be bridging the gap and building a rapport with the community. I'm supposed to feel safe to photograph you and video you in public. My rights are supposed to be protected in front of you.
But nobody takes those rights away from you. Well,
you see my work, then you should know.
That's why I stopped.
Right. I've gotten violated so many times. And I'm the nicest one in New York.
Yeah, I've seen your stuff. Yeah.
I'm like the most cordial. You give me respect, I give you respect. Now you start violating, then I gotta stand up for myself.
In those videos.
Sometimes I do. Like when I go live, I'll show my
You know what
face.
gave it away? The beer gave it away.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, restrict the Corona.
Yeah.
Is that the only one that?
No, I just found an IPA that's non-alcoholic. I love, because when I used to drink IPAs because it gets me fucked up fast. You know what I mean? So I found an IPA, so I just drink it for the taste. You know?
Right. It's so good. And I heard your voice so good.
Yeah, I just celebrated 10 years clean. So yeah, dude, I can't say where I go because of money, property, and prestige, but if you know, you know. I'm in a fellowship of other recovering addicts.
Just,
you know,
keep your head in the game and
one day at a time, brother.
one day at a time.
That's it.
It's a tough road, man.
Yeah.
The New York encounter proved one thing: knowledge is your best de-escalation tool. By reminding the NYPD that they are public servants held to a higher standard, this auditor turned a potential arrest into a respectful dialogue. He walked away with his freedom because he knew that without reasonable, articulable suspicion, a camera isn't a crime, it's a right. But here's what most people don't realize. What works in New York can lead to handcuffs in a stop and identify state like Texas if you don't know the specific statutes. In our next case, the stakes move from the sidewalk to the front gates of a high-security facility. When this Houston auditor refuses to bow down, the police don't just ask for ID, they declare a detention based on a peace officer law that sounds official, but is it legal? What happens next changes everything, as a simple recording turns into a multi-officer standoff. You need to see how he traps them in their own legal web.
What's up, dog?
How's it going?
What we doing?
What's that?
What we doing?
Oh, we're just recording today.
Recording what?
Just out in public. Recording.
Recording what? For
Oh, I'm doing a story.
who you with? Let me see some ID.
ID? Like my journal credentials or?
Driver license, yeah. Some ID, you need to identify yourself.
I need to identify myself?
Yeah.
Or did I do something wrong?
You know, you're a police officer, you're outside a state police office or whatever. And everything, so I need to see your ID.
But
Plain and simple. Let me tell you.
I understand, but I'm just asking if I did something wrong.
Okay, no, I didn't say you did anything wrong. I said I need to see your ID. When we have activity, suspicious activity. Right now, this is suspicious activity. This is not normal everyday operation. Okay, so you need to see some ID.
I don't have any identification on me.
You don't?
No, not on me.
Okay. Well, we need to start with your name then. You don't have any on? You don't have a wallet on you? Is this your vehicle?
No, it's not.
Where's your vehicle at?
Am I in trouble or something? Because
No.
I'm just trying to do a story.
Okay, I'm just asking questions.
All right. Well, if I can get back to my story so I can go ahead and finish.
No. I need to see some ID. You need to identify yourself right now, because right now you're failing to identify. When a peace officer, asks for your identification, then you need to ID yourself.
Is that the Texas statute?
That's a law.
Is that the Texas law?
That's a peace officer law. I'm not standing here and going to ask questions. You need to produce some ID.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
All right, then I'm just going to remain silent.
The tension peaks as the officer delivers a blatant misinformation campaign regarding Texas Penal Code 38.02. He claims the cameraman is failing to identify, yet under Texas law, a person is only required to provide a name, date of birth, or residence address if they have been lawfully arrested. The officer attempts to bypass this by declaring a detention based solely on suspicious activity, filing a story in public, which does not meet the threshold for reasonable articulable suspicion, or RAS, of a specific crime. By asking, "Am I being detained?" the citizen forces the officer to commit to a legal position that lacks a constitutional foundation, effectively setting the stage for a potential civil rights violation under Section 1983.
Is he with you?
I'm going to remain silent.
Over here. Okay. Alright, same here with this one. Where's your vehicle at?
From Texas? Are we still being detained?
You're not detained at all. You're free to leave. Well, right now we're asking questions. Anytime.
So you're detaining me?
If you're not going to identify yourself, you're free to go.
Okay.
So y'all gonna leave or what we doing? What are you doing?
We're just out public taking pictures.
You're taking specific pictures of the state police.
Yes, sir. Personal use.
Personal use. That's a little suspicious. It ain't every day that people take pictures of the state police building.
They should.
Oh man, it's even more suspicious when you're asked to ID yourself and you choose not to.
You're not going to need that taser. I'm not on it.
I'm not worried about that.
So you're saying, I thought this was a consensual contact. If I'm being detained, then I'm just going to exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
They say you're free to leave.
Okay. I don't have to leave.
Can I ask you a question? We've got some people here who conduct some pretty sensitive investigations. Can you please respect the privacy of those who are not in uniform and not taking pictures?
Okay. What reason have I given you to suspect that I would be taking pictures?
Because you told us you
He just said you were.
Pictures of the building.
Well, I'm asking you about the people who are not in uniform.
Actually, you're taking pictures of the guy because you're filming right now. You are.
Yeah, I know I'm filming.
I hope to continue.
And that one is also.
And as is this one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can you go back to my question?
I'm sorry. Just to address your concerns, I always film when I interact
He
with
asked
law
you the
enforcement.
question.
And I'm sorry.
Can you respect the privacy of the people who are not in uniform that's inside there? Of course, it's actually pretty sensitive.
Of course, we're not filming anybody that's out of uniform or in a personal car unless they do something suspicious or odd, and then of course we would film them because, their behavior is odd. But we're not here to get, anybody's personal information. We have no interest. We're not intending to do any wrong.
But other than just taking pictures, you don't want to tell us why how long have you been out here?
No, not very long. I was kind of admiring your gymnasium that you got out back there. Isn't that a gymnasium, like a workout room or something? I see weight machines in there.
Any more questions, guys? If you have any questions or like to speak to anybody, you're welcome to come in the front door.
Okay, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Is there anything else?
That's everything.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, take care.
We would invite you to leave anytime you're welcome.
He's getting his camera ready. I think he wants to take a picture.
They're gonna put us on YouTube.
What's up? You still being detained?
Nobody said that you're detained. Nobody said that you're detained. Just trying to figure out what you're doing.
No, we're just taking pictures and recording out in public. That's it.
Okay. Did you drive here?
We ain't got no budgets. We don't need no budgets.
How you doing, sir?
He has a gun on his hip.
Excuse me? No, I didn't ask for help.
What's that?
I didn't ask for help. Are you a sheriff or something? Security? Are you guys testing the sewage to see the rates for the virus? What company do you work for? Yeah. How you doing? Good. Have a great day. He said Trump 2020. Hi.
Corporal McGilver at the Pelican County Sheriff's Office. How are you today?
Good. What was the last name?
Corporal McGilver at the Pelican County Sheriff's Office. How
Do you
are
have a badge number?
It is 4015.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Just curious, do you need anything or is there any problems?
No, he came out and asked me. I asked him a question, and then he turned around and called you guys.
Okay.
So.
Are you on your way out then, or?
I'm gonna be here as long as I need to be. Can I get your name and badge, please?
Sure.
Name and badge, then?
My name's right here.
I don't know how. Oh, your name's right here. Hi, officer, right here.
Pictures. How you doing, brother?
Officer, right here.
You have any identification on you?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Okay. Well, we need to find out who you are.
No, you absolutely don't. I'm in public property taking pictures.
Right.
So you have no right to know who I am. Suspicion is not a crime.
You can't.
Suspicion is not a crime.
When you're out.
Suspicion is not a crime, sir.
Taking pictures?
Hey, you go talk to the two stripes over there. He didn't have a problem with it, so.
He's not done with you.
You should watch your mouth, okay?
Sir, I don't know who you are.
You don't need to know who I am. You don't need to know who I am.
I'm not being
and you need
rude.
to stop lying to me. Yeah, you are being rude because you're lying to me.
Well, just hang tight.
Nah.
But you can't
Am I
go
being
anywhere.
detained?
In a sudden reversal of authority, the corporal realizes the legal liability of an unsupported detention. After previously claiming the citizen was detained, the officers now abruptly state, "You're not being detained. Go now." This maneuver is a common tactic to avoid a lawsuit. By dismissing the citizen, they attempt to nullify the previous illegal stop. However, the citizen's refusal to leave immediately and his insistence on obtaining badge numbers reinforces his First Amendment right to hold public officials accountable. The officer's rude demeanor and subsequent retreat highlight a failure to provide a reasonable, articulable suspicion for the encounter, proving that recording the police is a powerful tool against unlawful seizures.
Yes, you are.
I'm being detained?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
For what? What crime?
You are being
Reasonable, articulate suspicion of what crime?
Sir, don't talk to me.
Of what crime? Of what crime?
know it all.
I know it all, sir. I know the laws.
Detained, so hang tight.
Sir, why am I being detained?
And if you keep walking away,
I'm going to the other officer, sir.
you don't need to walk towards him.
Sir,
Good to you.
why am I being detained?
You're not being detained, so you're free.
Ha, boom, ha.
Wanna go now?
There you go. Ha, ha.
You're detained.
Do I not know my laws or what? Yeah.
Okay, take
Okay,
care,
keep
sir.
it moving. You're dismissed.
Enjoy.
You're dismissed. How do you say your name, Mr. Right here? Uh,
out here on the public.
Can you have him pronounce his name for me? Because I don't know how to pronounce that.
Out here, just
I mean,
yeah.
videotape and all that.
Could you, sir, could you have him pronounce his name for me? Because I don't know how to pronounce that.
My name.
Sir,
Got
could
a
you
picture
please
of it.
have him?
You're good to go.
Could you have him pronounce that for me?
Sir, it is whatever.
Sir,
However you would,
he told me his name was right here, and that's not how you spell right here.
however you would say his name.
And you can't illegally detain me for that, sir. Learn. You learn your lesson today? Huh? Huh, officer, right here?
How you doing?
Did you learn your lesson?
I'm up. Yep, me too.
Free education for you, sir. I do know the law better than you, idiot.
Yeah.
Officer, right here. What you got in here? You think this is illegal too?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You should get the number on my car, okay?
Officer, right here.
You got my car number, right?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Oh, okay.
He's waving. That's what they get. The tyrants get the finger.
What began as a routine afternoon for a man with a camera turned into a masterclass in constitutional resistance. From the streets of New York City to the high-security gates in Houston, Texas, we've seen the same pattern: officers attempting to transform a citizen's silence into a crime. But as these encounters prove, the police don't grant you your rights, the Constitution does. Knowing the difference between a lawful order and a bluff is the only thing standing between your freedom and an illegal jail cell. If you are in a stop and identify state, remember, suspicion is not a crime, and recording is not resistance. It is accountability. This is ID Refusal Cops. We don't just watch videos, we arm you with the law. Freedom isn't something you ask for, it's something you exercise. If you've ever felt the heat of a badge and didn't know what to say, hit that subscribe button now so you're never caught off guard again. Share your story in the comments. Have you ever been pressured to show ID without a crime? But if you think these officers were aggressive, wait until you see our next case. A simple traffic stop escalates into a federal lawsuit when a sergeant forgets that his badge has a number, and that number has a limit. Watch it right here.